hello, how are you all? Welcome to my channel Law Made Simple with me Vidya Reddy. In the previous video, we have learned about a trade union, its definition and its methods of registration and the cancellation of the trade union. So, in this video, let us learn about the advantages of registration of a trade union. So, already we have learned that we can get immunity against civil and criminal liability. So, what are the other advantages also? Let us have a look into. Though registration of trade union is not mandatory, but a registered trade union can enjoy some privileges and immunities. Under Article 19(1)(c) of the Indian Constitution, a fundamental right is guaranteed to form unions and associations. Yes or no? Such fundamental rights are guaranteed to form unions and associations, and thus that right will be properly enjoyed if certain advantages are conferred to them. So after registration, a trade union becomes a body corporate by its own name on which it is registered. It gets perpetual succession and a common seal. It can acquire and hold both mobile and immobile property. It can enter into contracts and can sue and can be sued on its own name. It can hold general fund, and the purposes for which such fund can be used is provided under section 15 of the Act. And this fund is used only for such purposes, and there should be no misutilization of that fund. For the promotion of civil and political interests of the members, this registered trade union can constitute a separate political fund, and all the details regarding the political fund are provided under section 16 of the Trade Unions Act 1926. And any member cannot be compelled to pay subscription to the political funds. And a registered trade union can get immunity from criminal proceeding also, and all these details are provided in section 17 of the Act. And it is laid down that no office bearer or any member of the registered trade union shall be liable to punishment under section 120B clause 2 of the Indian Penal Code. Earlier, before this Act, trade unionism is considered as illegal, and every action was taken against the bearers of the trade union under criminal conspiracy. But now things has changed. Trade union has formed and registration has begun, and they get immunity in respect of any agreement between the purposes for further objecting the trade union. And no immunity is granted if they really commit any offence. So we have two case laws regarding the immunity against criminal conspiracy. Caltex India Limited versus Fernandez. Here the Fernandez, he is secretary for the trade union, and he is being absent for several days and months without any leave application, and he did not even intimate the management. Then what happened? The management gave notice and has given an opportunity to be heard, and he will be lastly removed. The Industrial Tribunal ordered for his reinstatement under the immunity from criminal conspiracy. So what was the judgment is, the Supreme Court reversed the order of the Industrial Tribunal and opined that this is a willful and negligent absence from the duty, and it cannot be treated as immunity from criminal conspiracy, and it cannot be treated as right of the worker also. So the Supreme Court said that this immunity from criminal conspiracy is should be confined only to trade dispute only, and not this absenteeism will become under criminal conspiracy. So this was immunity against criminal conspiracy. And in another case of R.S. Rukher versus Emperor, what happened is, R.S. Rukher, he was a president of a trade union of the Empress Mill. So he held a strike against the employer for certain demands. At first the strike was very dull, but later on the workers engaged because of the meetings and speeches. All other workers joined the strike along with his wife. So the workers, the Empress Mills filed a criminal case against him and his wife. So this R.S. Rukher, he pleaded for immunity from criminal conspiracy. So what the judgment has come is, the Nagpur High Court gave the judgment in favor of this R.S. Rukher who held that strike. He got the immunity from criminal conspiracy. So these are the immunities from criminal conspiracy when they are registered a trade union. Under section 18 clause 1 of the Act, no suit or other legal proceedings shall be maintained in any civil court against any registered trade union in respect of any act done in furtherance of a trade dispute. This immunity is from civil liability, and all these are and the management used to file suits against the trade unions before for claiming damages for breach of contract of employment before the registration and before the trade union has come. So one such instance happened is in Madras, where a suit was instituted against B.P. Wadia and his 5 associates where in the Buckingham and Carnatic Mills Limited. Both civil and criminal actions were taken against the Madras Labour Union. Now the trade dispute is not a breach of contract, hence no suit for civil action. That was in case of a civil immunity. Only registered trade unions can take part in elections and can be recognized by the employer for negotiations. According to section 22 of the Act, a registered trade union can have outsiders also as its office bearers, but not half of the trade unions can only be outsiders, but not more than that. In view of the then prevailing conditions, they can educate the workers about their rights, to guide and lead them, and these provisions are included. However, in certain circumstances, the registrar is empowered to amalgamate the trade unions under section 24 and 25 of the Trade Unions Act 1926. So these are all the advantages regarding the trade unions, not only the civil and criminal liabilities, we have certain other advantages also.